Distraught over the abuse of the 17-month-old baby and his mother by the mother's former partner, NGO Red Thread believes that the system has failed them. Speaking with reporters from their Princess Street headquarters, members of the NGO said those in authority should have rescued both the mother and child from the situation from the first incident.
This child went to the doctor. And we know that doctors are trained people. They know when there's an accident, or they know when things are being inflicted on someone. When you look at this child, examine this child, and you see these multiple injuries on this child, the first thing as a doctor that should come to your head, something here is wrong. Questions supposed to be asked. And if the mother not answering your question, something should ring your bell. Call the police. Call the police. But from all the reports I heard, I haven't heard the police name mentioned once. I heard social worker. Where is the social worker? What have they been doing? Huh? These are the things the system fail our children and continues to fail our children.
Previous incident, then the child had an issue with his leg, whether it was broken or what. But the Child Care and Protection Agency, they were involved in that incident. What I'm saying, if at that stage that they were being involved, their place was to talk to the mother, see what the mother is going through, talk to the child, right? Even if the child can't talk, like do things to help instead of leave it for it to escalate to this seriousness.
I'm really hurt. I'm in pain as a mother and a grandmother. Because this child was abused. Why it was not reported? Because I don't know what was going on. Because we as parents, mothers, we just be abused too. And reason why we just be hiding or we don't want to make reports, because we don't get help nowhere. And I know this is what happened to this mom or this mother. She was not getting help anywhere, even though you make a report to the welfare or the police. They don't do anything. Even though you make a report, it's the same square one you go back to. It's the same abuse you go back to.
The system failed both mother and child. As if the welfare had this into their hands first, why nothing came out of it? Why haven't the child have been taken and put into a safe home, or the mother have been taken and put in somewhere safe? For me, even though the young man, we don't know if he probably used to go through that when he was small, and it just affect his mind and think about doing the same thing to this little boy. So for me, both parties probably went through their own abusive time, or so make the behaving or acting out towards it. But I think the police, the child care, even the hospital should have done better.
The child was brutalized by his stepfather, who also recorded and shared it. The child's foot was first broken by his stepfather. He was then burned on his upper leg by the man and is currently hospitalized. Red Thread is calling on women to speak out and to seek the help needed to escape from any form of abuse.
I am a domestic violence survivor, and I want to say something to women. One slap it starts with. Don't take it and sit down. It escalates to something more. And we as women got to put we foot down, say we don't want it. And if I know some parents wouldn't want you, they say you're done big, you get your husband, you're gone, and so seek somewhere else. Somebody must put you in for a week or two. Then you're gonna know what you want to do. Me ain't telling nobody to leave their husband or live with the domestic violence thing. You as a woman got to know when is enough?
You know, for a long time, as you all may well be aware of, Richard has been tackling this thing about domestic violence and child abuse. But I can remember in one instance when the violence gets so bad, we tackle it from the community level, right? So that, meaning that everybody, right, shouldn't say it's not my business. Domestic violence is everybody's business. So if you see a woman getting beat up, then your duty is to call the police, make a noise and so forth. We live in Guyana and people love to say that the police don't come. Stay on top of the police and let them know if that woman died, her blood is on their hands. So I'm going back there to say something. It was shocking when Red saw that article that was surfacing on social media. Me personally thought it was a soap opera. I couldn't believe that it was a little child being so badly abused. And what shocked me too is the mother, when clearly in the picture the man is telling her to cut off the child hair. And I could see she lovingly hold the child head and was cutting it off, and she was crying. That brings me back to domestic violence. But many people might say, oh, she's the mother and she's this and she should do that and that. They do not understand how domestic violence works. If they understand how it works, then they would have see the girl's situation and speak better.
On Wednesday, the accused, Sean Davison, appeared in the Georgia Magistrates Court, charged with attempted murder of the child. He was remanded to prison. Meanwhile, the child's mother, Priscilla De Freitas, gave birth on Wednesday to a baby girl.